Oh, hello there. Yeah, that's Bao, my little EG getting whisked away on a flatbed. How did we get here, you ask? Well, it went something like this.
Boss Racing.
No! God! No! God, please, no! 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 No!
Yikes.
Alright everybody, the time has come. It is officially day numero uno. We are headed to Covina to Mastermind Speed Shop. I need to start off by saying that none of this would be possible without the help of hybrid racing. After I blew up Bao, they came to the rescue and they sent me the entire catalog for what we're gonna need to put in this K20 into Bao. I'm super stoked, if you can't tell. It's gonna take us about 26 minutes to get there, so let's go! So Mark, we're finally here.
Finally, Bao's in the house.
Bao's in the house, Mastermind Speed himself. Give me just like a little background on you and what the shop is, because everyone should know that you're an OG and you've been here a minute, you've been doing a lot of Hondas and you bleed Honda, right?
I do. It's in my heart. Been doing this, geez, wow, 30 years? I placed racing and worked through many companies, learning different traits of this industry and just trying to learn as much as Honda as possible. I just love these cars. To me, it's the best car in the world. I still drive the 90s car every day. I just love it.
Mark here is gonna help us make Bao extremely fast. With the help of hybrid racing, we got a ton of parts that are in my truck right now that we're about to unload here, but we're about to make this little Bao into like a K20 Ripper, spinning to 9,000, right?
Yes, 9,000, and we're gonna kill everyone in track.
He said it, not
well,
me.
we're gonna try.
What we have is, you know, a long video series for you guys documenting exactly what goes into doing a K-swap on these, because you've done countless.
Yes, I mean everything. Just dropping them in, from building them from scratch, from the block heads, tranny parts everywhere. I've done it.
Yeah, so Mark is, like the logo says, the mastermind behind this. So, man, so this is gonna be a really unique POV because everything is gonna happen here minus the alignment. So it's gonna be all under one house, all under the expertise of Mark. So let's get into it.
Can't wait.
So we're gonna look at the engine now as it stands. So we got the B18 LS in here, which I sent to its grave, maybe sent to its grave, who knows.
Well, don't rev these things to 10K or whatever you weigh up.
Yeesh. I don't know what class of the one is. What does it look like?
Oh wow. Okay. So what happened is all the nuts to the rockers came off. There's one came off, 2, 3.
Shoot.
So there we go.
Wow.
That's not good. Where did the nuts go? I don't know. Just want to find them.
Oh, there's one. So 10. How the hell do all of them come off all nice?
Probably weren't tightened good enough.
Ooh. Well, I guess I only have myself to blame because I did the valve lash adjustment myself.
Uh-oh.
The nuts went missing. Our nuts are missing currently. We have no nuts, but that doesn't matter because we've got a new engine, which has nuts.
This engine is the K20Z3 out of an 8th gen Civic Si. It's paired to a 6-speed manual transmission and it is super rev happy. Chose this over the K24 for the revs and the feels.
So we got this K20 right here, and Mark's gonna run us through kind of what we need to see when we get these, because a lot of people are gonna get this thing stock from a donor car or whatever. What should we be looking out for when we first start this?
See if there's an accident. Is there any cracks in the block? I mean, what's broken? What we need to fix?
Turns out we gotta replace a lot of stuff, but first we gotta clean up this engine and see what we got going on.
Let's see what comes out of these.
Oh God.
We need a tetanus shot one day.
Yeah. Oh! So what happens if this thing is total caca? We just build it and go crazy?
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Let's build it. We'll throw some cams in it.
Okay, Mark's already speaking my language. Let's go.
Well, I want to go further. I want to sleeve it. We'll go big bore. We'll go 89 bore. We'll take it up to about 13 to 1. There's an 85 in it. Big cam in there. We'll rev it to like 9,500. Make about 265, 270. It could do that.
Damn. Okay. So what are you looking for right now, Mark?
I'm just looking around, see if there's anything that's loose or anything bad, maybe some scuffed cams or the journals are overheated in here. I've seen engines where they come in and they've melted the cam to the cam cap. Lack of oil starvation. It doesn't look bad. It looks all right.
Dang.
Looks all right.
Got lucky.
Well, we'll see.
Uh-oh.
We'll see. I've seen some look good like this and not so good when they run.
So Mark's checking all the spark plugs, and to our amazement, they all look pretty good. We kind of had no idea where this engine was or the condition that it came in, so we kind of had low hopes, but we were hoping for the best. Ends up that this engine is pretty good. The next thing that we have to do is do the leak down test.
So we're at 100. Ooh, wow. That's really nice.
Is that good?
Yeah, so we have 3% leakage. That's incredible. Like, you're kidding me. That's kind of rare. Usually you see like, probably, when the motor's been sitting like this, probably about 12 to 15.
No way.
Yeah, but it's not talk yet.
No way.
One left to go. Cross your fingers.
Oh, it was too good to be true. So what could that be?
It doesn't necessarily mean that we have a bad piston ring or anything like that. On this exhaust port over here, I could feel air coming out there. On this one, most likely that this valve was down when the engine was sitting, and we probably have a little bit of rust around the valve seat or the valve itself. And I mean, when you run the engine, it'll all burn off, and your number will probably change quite a bit. So even at 10%, and you're feeling that, that's not a bad thing.
So we have a pretty decent motor on our hands right now, as we know.
Yeah.
That was step number one. I was afraid that this thing would be bad and we would have to do a ton of stuff to it. But we don't know that yet.
No, the color inside looks pretty good. It's not too dark in here, so I mean, it looks like someone changed the oil and it's running good. It looks like it's running really good.
Yes. We're gonna run this thing pretty stock, and I think that's actually gonna be good for us for data because we get to see as we start putting on like crazier mods, how that affects like power and the drivability of the car. Yeah, just basic bolt-ons for now, like stuff to just get the car running, and then you just go for it.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, as we're doing things, we'll hit the track again and again, and we'll watch those times drop. At least we want to overkill build it at the beginning.
Yeah. Because is that something that you actually like see a lot with builders, like not builders, but people who are building up their car with these like K-swaps and stuff? They try to go too crazy to start.
I do see that. They'll overbuild it, have too much power, they can't even drive the car, and they're still learning how to drive themselves. And probably not start with that much power.
Start with stock, build your way up, and you'll probably get better driving anyway, doing that way.
Yeah. Even like more of a stock suspension. Learn how the car handles and how to counter when it's coming out on you. That's the best way to do it.
Boss Racing.